we are here. Let me make sure that the shared screen is properly sharing the right screen, and it's not. So I'm glad I was able to spot that. Okay. Alrighty. So, guys, welcome back. We are in another week. So far, May has not been too bad, but we have some things to discuss. First and foremost, let's start out with the indices. Now, obviously, this is hindsight conversation, but last Sunday when we were doing webinars, we talked about the fact that the market was potentially retesting 4 hour lows to buy back again. A lot of people have trouble trading all-time highs, and some scalpers that I've spoken to, you guys know who you are. I've had to discuss the fact that like these days you have to either trade a little later, which I don't mind. I don't have no problem with. I hate just trying to just jump in right in the middle of traffic. I don't like that. So the later that I can be in front of those charts, the better for me, you know? So by the last time we was on Zoom together, the market was around right here. And so of course, I want y'all to really pay attention to this. Whenever the market does come down to retest 4 hour lows, if we're gonna spot reversals, the next session Monday, and this is coming from a Sunday perspective, right? Monday in London, they start to show us signs of rejection and reversal on the 4 hour time frame and lower. So going to check in and seeing how price is starting to react off that is very important. By Tuesday, let's say you got into a position for those of us who don't have too much time these days. It's best to wait for price to reject and react off the 4 hour and let yourself know that like this is going to take about 48 hours, you know? So let's say you got into a conservative position, then you would have to just put your stop loss a good 200 points away and give it about 48 hours. I'm pretty sure by Wednesday or so, you should see the market pumping in your favor if they didn't stop us out. Okay, so now, as we all can tell, Tuesday the market sold in the opening hours. This candle right here, I'm sure confused some people if you were watching it right around market open. But later into 10 and 11, even 12, we noticed that price swept and rejected the 4 hour low, dropped down to the 1 hour. We can see it clearly. And we all know if we can't tell what the hell is going on, best thing to do is wait for a break and retest of the demand zone. So now by Wednesday, London, the market finally rejected the zone one more time. So it took 2 days. Mind you, if you're over analyzing, over trading, all this would have definitely gotten you out of the game. You would have been struck out. However, if we go conservative, if we limit our attempts, we will survive the days and then finally be like, oh, that's what the market is doing, and we'll be able to recover and not be struck out. Okay. Now, boom, Wednesday, the market did have some really clean setups. Again, if you're getting in after 10:30, you'll get a much better fill. I remember seeing this price action on Wednesday, the 20th. Whipsaw, whiplash, just everything looking crazy. But by 10:30, we can tell there was enough data, enough candles, enough rejections to take a nice clean buy, especially knowing everything is just reacting off the 4 hour demand. So by Thursday, it was the same setup all over again. But if you lack patience and you're getting caught up in stuff like this, then listen, remember, we've been trading for a long time for the most of us here. We remember this in 2024. We started getting struck out, prices kind of like looking crazy in the beginning, but you notice by 12, by 11:30, you seeing there's enough candles that's giving a better story for you to be able to take an attempt and boom, they took off. So if price is looking crazy, give it an hour, give it 45 minutes. Just know that it doesn't have to play out for us by 9:30 so you can be done. We get it. We all want to be done, but the fact is that's not how the market works. Right? It doesn't work for us. We work for the market. Okay? So Friday, breaking retest price took out these buys, pulled back in, and again by 10:30, by 10:45, we can see enough candles to make a decision. So if y'all are picking up what I'm putting down, I'm basically saying you can have a better week by waiting and by coming in around after 10 a.m., 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. Like these are better times. And I'm noticing are much better. And so much so it's advantageous. Why? When you no longer have to guess what's going on since there's already been enough rejection candles, you can literally slide in right here. 70-point stop loss. Do you know how much size you can put on with 70-point stop loss? If you got the right account, that's all I'm saying. Okay. Now it's a brand new week. We got a gap. We heard Trump talking about supposed positive news with the Strait of Hormuz. That's really been what the catalyst this year has been. It's not much tariff talk, is more um, about the Strait of Hormuz. So we open it up. We have a gap. Market is going crazy to the upside. We'll wait on a retracement. It is Memorial Day tomorrow. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's not much volume. Um, I would also be surprised if, like, by Asia, price pulls back in to continue. So we already know what the range is. Cool. We also know sometimes the market likes to just come back into these zones instead, just to pull back in. If it fills the gap even better, we'll know to get in around here. But another thing is this with the psychology. If we understand that the market is starting out slow in the beginning of the week, you've been through this before. Just go slow. Wednesday, Thursday might be a better fit. So I don't know if y'all understand what I'm trying to say here. The older we get as traders, the more seasoned we are, the less we should be prone to falling for the same tricks. They might throw new tricks, but the same tricks, come on now. We should know what to do by then. Like we shouldn't be so emotional to the point where like we're just losing our marbles. Now, we all know at some point I always share with y'all how I feel from time to time. I empathize with y'all as well because we're all traders. But at the same time, I'm making sure we're staying accountable, including myself. So if you're noticing that many times these days you're getting stopped out around the 10, 15 range, you're noticing those patterns, start trading a little bit later. Wait for more data. It won't kill you. It won't kill you. I see Brother Manuel in the building. We just joined in. Wicks getting long. I totally forgot you was growing these locks. It's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you, my man. Jaws getting chiseled. I see you. Yeah, man. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. Yeah. Still muted. But it's all good. We'll continue. We'll continue. All right. So now we have a continuation to the upside. Um, Now what I'm anticipating for gold, we were talking about Nas in case everybody was wondering. I believe with everything going on, we might see continuation buys for US 30, but just be mindful. Don't wake up tomorrow knowing that it's um, Memorial Day and you're still trying to like because you have a challenge, because you have a funded goal and you just want to keep forcing it. No, just chill. Okay. Volume usually comes back in after New York on Memorial Days. If there's a little bit of volume pre-market, take what you can, but don't stay too long. All right. And if there is volume, then trade cautiously. All right. So with US 30, I understand some people are new to trading all-time highs, but think about portfolios, long-term portfolios. No one's complaining because new highs are being made. But how do we trade higher lows on a 4 hour? We got to wait for price to at least retest the zones 2 separate days. On a brand new week, on the 4 hour, if it's Sunday, you got to wait for London to start to notice reversals from Sunday, Monday off the 4 hour. And if they return back into that same 4 hour structure during the week, hey, it's up for grabs. Stop loss below the low of the 4 hour and up and away we go. These type of setups will last at least 2 to 3 days. So if anybody's looking to swing, these will be your opportunities. Just remember your conditions to execute what you said you would do. All right. So that goes for everybody, including myself. I'm so glad to be back in my office, be able to focus a lot more. Uh, so yeah, we definitely see that the market for US 30 is for sure going to be bullish. And if there is a harsh retracement, many times we notice that the retracements are coming back to retest the London lows so they can reverse back up. Shout out to Emmanuel. I see you've been catching on. You've been seeing these setups very well. 4 hour highs getting swept. I see you able to catch those as well. I see a lot of improvement from the camp. I see a lot of improvement from the camp. So now my anticipations for gold, I'm keeping my eye out. I believe gold is going to be selling um, back down. But if they're respecting this demand here, I'm for sure going to change my bias, right? Because we're looking at all this rejection over here. If we're just respecting last week's highs, though, which is crazy, right? This was the range last week, 45.86 to 44.61. Smooth 1,000 pip. Yeah, 1,000 pip range. That was what it was. Monday 18. We sold here. By Tuesday and Wednesday, we bought. Thursday, we came back here. By Friday, I was actually looking to buy this trade, and then it rejected off this area, and then it just sold. Luckily, I had my stop loss into profit, so it didn't matter. I was getting a fresh up anyway. Like I didn't care. But I'm anticipating potentially for price to just by Monday Asia. If they can't break past last week's high still, I'm probably going to take a sell as it's been a theme lately. You will notice that price Monday, for example, May 11th, they pumped it, but by Asia, all it did was just sweep the highs of that low. I'm sorry, sweep the highs of that previous day high, and then they sold. Pretty sexy 12-hour setup. By the next morning, 8, 9 a.m., got yourself a nice trade that you can close. I've seen that many, many times. There it is again. Friday, May 1st, and Sunday, Monday, they instead just swept the 4 hour highs and then they sold to retest the 4 hour lows. So I'm not about to have such expectations for gold buys unless prices actually retesting another 4 hour low before it goes up. Okay, but I can tell that the 4,400 range is pretty strong. So we're just gonna wait for confirmation, and that's where we're at right now with price action. Okay, many times we're noticing that because there's wars, we're wanting to take buys for long term, and then all it did was just sweep 4 hour highs for it to go back inside ranges. So we're gonna keep an eye out for that. With all this good news about the Strait of Hormuz, it looks like we are gonna be heading back into these lows for oil. I'm not trading oil, but I know some of you guys do. But it's pretty much a reoccurring theme. We hear good news about resolutions with the Strait of Hormuz, and then oil sells down. Gold comes back down, and then the US 30s continue pushing up. We've been bullish since April. And so far it's been what, almost 8 weeks? 8 weeks of bullishness. So these are things I definitely want to keep in mind for next year as well. I gotta share something with y'all. Each time we said Happy New Year and we was excited about the new trading year, the turnout always ends up being not as bullish as we had thought. So I'm keeping in mind for Q1 going forward for the rest of my career with trading that, hey, as excited as you can be about having a great year and starting out with a bang, Q1 just might not be as bullish as we think. So have to look out for 4-hour sweeps and mid-February's, instead of just like having high expectations that prices is going to find a demand and keep buying. Because as we can see, 2026, we still sold by the third week of, that was what confused me. I was like, man, maybe we are bullish after all. Then they stop right there again. Sometimes I will admit I might expect the 4-hour structure to start bouncing back because it's US 30, but then we have to be aware of seasonality. Q1 is not always a great bullish run for equities markets. So we have to also be more we should anticipate Q2 after a correction to be more bullish than have all this expectation for Q1. I don't know if that makes sense for you guys. 2025 was the same shit. I was excited, came off fresh off Dubai, see my boy Jason Stu made half a M. I'm like, okay, I'm about to trade XRP too. All right, man, I'm ready to make an M this year. Why not? Okay, let's get it. Let's make a bag, man. We done spent a bag. Let's make a bag. Psh, man, I'm like, new president. Obviously, he's good for the markets. Historically, Januaries aren't too bullish and February. So let's see, it might be different this time. And then what happened in Q1 of 2025? Same situation. Yes, we started buying, but it didn't break new highs. It just retested old highs and lost volume by the near end of February. It was a heartbreak. Market still corrected. Historically, it does that. And when did we finally start to see the rally? By April. So these type of things, man, like you might think, oh my God, it's been 3, 4 years since I've been learning to trade and it's not hitting for me, blah, blah, blah. But low key, you're picking up a lot of information. At some point, is bound to piece itself together. And some information is important to just like keep a note in your journal. It might come in handy the next year around. Okay, we got Rich raising his hand. Go ahead, bro. I give you some. Daddy busy right now, bro.
Hi, I got a question. I don't know if this is the right time to ask it, but last week should have been a great week. But what I'm struggling right now, it feels like I'm shorting myself with profit when it comes to profit. It's like I don't let my trade run enough because I'm seeing much more money now, and I guess I'm not comfortable of seeing that much profit. So it feels like I'm um shorting myself on the profit when I should be holding on longer. And sometimes with the losses, I hold on longer
Mm.
than I should have.
Then I guess the thought that I had this weekend was for you. There was this thought that came to my head. and I wanted to share with y'all that sometimes in this industry, and I heard this from your significant other as well. She started making way more money than she ever had, and that kind of messed with her. And a lot of us fail to realize that it takes a process of adjustment regardless, and it's going to come with some figuring out, some frustration, and some losses, some leaving money on the table, and that's all part of it, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I had to make peace with that. I was literally having that conversation in my head, like, bro, it's funny. When I needed to start making 5-figure days, I mean, I done fucked around and lost some 4-figure days too, and damn near 5 figures as well. But then I'm like, damn, okay, now we made it here, but it seems like this air needs for me to breathe a little more strategically. So now it's going to be about what is the percentage of loss should I allow now? From a big ass loss that I took, I learned that, hey, brother, if you're in drawdown 20%, maybe you should call it quits and not just call on to Jesus. All right? Because now that the account has scaled, you're looking at a much different term of percentage of P&L. So if you average in 2 bands and profit, that's cool. Just know that if you take out 2 bands or you're starting to see that number too often, that's your new normal. Okay? It's almost like when you keep seeing the same angel numbers of the same car, and you're like, okay, this is my mind is telling me something. My brain is telling me something. So stop worrying about leaving money on the table. Just worry about securing and withdrawing, as I've been telling you, right? Because it's a weird level of contentment when certain asset classes are not even meant to be held that long right now. You get where I'm coming from?
Yes. It's like it's crazy because it feels like as soon like I got out, it's like damn.
Right.
And as soon like I'm keep on holding, it's like damn. Like you said, last week was a bottle. Like I closed out the week good. Could have been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you see up here in profit, and then like damn, it goes back down like sheesh,
Right.
and then it passed where you was before. It's like okay, so it's just like it's that battle I'm just having like right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
But I pretty much with you with that anyway. I posted like on the chat, with Nas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they came like I know that the said is gonna happen.
I
Yeah,
remember. You
yeah,
said, man, the market always humble you.
yeah. They came, they sweep me out. I was like, you know what? I'm done anyway. And they came all the way down, to like I was like, damn, I could have stayed in straight and enter again. But sometimes, the market just have a way to humble you. That's where it is, man. That's where it
Mm-hmm.
is. That's where it is. Well. But I usually say like the market is gamble, bro. Sometimes the news, whatever thing that happen, bro. Sometimes I predict the market, how it's gonna happen in my hand up, and end of the day for it to happen, but might not happen at your own time. That's the thing, you know. That's the thing, bro.
Yeah.
But like that's why sometimes like just take like a little bit. If you have like a little bit, just take a profit and move your stop loss to profit. If they came back, it's okay for you to re-enter, but just make sure you end up on the profits anyway. That's like because like I have an account where like the moment I get to a profit, because I have like 4 accounts. I have the moment I have 2 accounts when I get to a profit, I move my surplus to profit. Like if I lose, I lose. If they don't
Mm-hmm.
come back, I make my money. But the other account, okay, if you come back to my surplus, I'm done for the day. So that's why like I'm being profitable, but like it's not magic, bro. It just sometimes more emotional than you think. My emotional, I think. But sometimes your prediction is good, but market doesn't work your way until like later on. it pretty much works out like, damn, I could have seen it. Like, even now, anyway, Hans was pretty much like a trade where like you have to move like a stop loss. Later on, like they move all the way down. Like, oh, I could have seen this trade. That's pretty much the game, bro. You know,
Yes, it's true.
you know.
Sometimes it sucks that the timing we were anticipating some things didn't play out. And then you're like, oh, well, thank God. And then there are other times where you're like, damn, it left without me. And it's like, hey, brother, I couldn't leave without getting your stop loss, brother. Appreciate that, brother. It's like, damn, cuz, why? So it's not that you're leaving too much money on the table, bro. Just secure it by any means. Secure it, close partials, and move the funds out into your wallet. I promise you, bro, with the way I'm seeing you move lately, by the time and within 3 months, I could see you, and I don't want to inflate your head. I could see you having secured 30 grand. I can see it, and I want
Uh,
that for you.
I'm not like Brown and is it like Van something? They're good, bro. They're very good.
Yeah.
I
It's
got
it's it's a couple others that don't post on the Discord, but they reach out to me on Telegram. We're doing a lot better in the community. Y'all are becoming very mature, even through the losses, even through the lessons. Okay.
no, I'm not lie, bro. Like you have one of the best students, bro. Like trust me, I'm pretty much on other groups. Sometimes I just listen to them, I just ignore. But you will have one of the best students, bro. They're making money. They're making some good bands, bro. They're making some good bands.
Yeah, shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to y'all.
You know, they're good, bro.
I appreciate that, guys.
No, but you're the best teacher that I ever known. I'm not lie. You're the best I've ever known. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty much like one year to the game. But guess what? Your boy is doing good.
I see.
Well, I will quit my job, bro. I'm making like only like 1K like a day, bro. What the fuck you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like this month I already make like up to like with my four accounts up to like 25K.
Oh,
25K,
damn.
bro. Yeah,
I almost, I
25K.
almost, that almost went over my head.
Oh, all right, 25K. I'm like, bro, I'll be sleeping like, like, hey, I'm going on vacation to Peru, next month. So,
Oh, wow. Oh,
but what?
wow. Damn. You living life.
Well, I'm living my best life, bro. I'm not like not living my best life. You know what I'm
Living his
saying?
best life. How much you made, bro?
Yeah, sir. I'm like next week I'm gonna have like 10K coming to my account. What's
Wow.
10?
10K.
10K coming to my account.
God is good.
I've been sleeping like on a jacuzzi and stuff anyway. But hey,
Jacuzzi.
well,
No. That's how you living.
oh, I can make 1K in a day. What are you talking about?
Man.
Make 1K in a
Blessings,
day, bro.
blessings.
But it's a blessing, bro. Like I said, like even like every time I post, bro, I mention your name, bro. You know, it's grace. With the good teacher and stuff around you, and the community is good, doing good too. Like Brown, like I said, Brown is a motherfucker who doesn't say that much, but he's making too much too. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, like whenever in the IG, bro, you have your best friends around you who support you all the time, man. We here, okay? And I'm
Appreciate
here.
that.
I'm here, man.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I like that, man. I see the other comments as well. Currency Chris, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to Toxic Trades. Um, and many other people. We got Dina in the building, Daniel, Gloria, Emmanuel. Ed is in the building. 509. Ed, is that you? Antoine, Rich. Y'all. I try not to take credit because y'all really put it in work. And I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only source of trading information. So y'all taking in great information, but y'all mostly finding your own voice, your own intuition, your own execution mentality, and that's what I care most about. I'm not trying to be uh you know what I mean? Like I just want y'all to win, have your own intuition, but know that you got somebody solid in your corner. That's it.
But I promise you, like I told you before, I always go to the videos, bro. The videos has been my guardian angel, man. The videos, like I did not pay for that videos, but it's always
Oh,
go to my all the time. Like every time I messed up, like okay, let me go to the videos for a minute. What did I mess up? You know what I'm saying? Like, but trust me, like I always tell people go to the videos, look at the videos, watch them over and over again. You might have missed something. You might have missed something, But if you understand the videos, bro, I promise you're gonna be profitable, bro. You're gonna be profitable all the time.
I'm starting all over, Hans. I mean, I've been on the charts and on this journey, but I started thinking I really haven't been on the journey because I've just been like putting my earpiece on and working. And y'all, I don't know if y'all know, but the type of work I was doing, like babysitting, interior designing, cleaning houses, stuff like that, where I couldn't be on the charts and listen. So I think I've been gambling all this time, just like watching which way the candle goes
yeah,
and scalping for a few dollars here and there.
right.
So I've made like $2,000. I haven't had a payout in a long time. So I started over today. I said, I got to start from step one, watching your videos, because I don't think I've ever watched them all the way through. I stop and then, there's something else shiny. Oh, there's another. I'm going to cry now because it's like, I feel like I wasted so much time, but I had to work. So here
Yeah.
I am. I'm going to start all over again. No, for real. I'm going to mean like it's really starting. So yeah, I'm watching the videos.
Hey, Gloria, let me say
Uh-huh.
something. Again, I have a degree in engineering. Okay, I went to school for almost 5 years for engineering. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I work for Fannie Mae. It's always be
Yeah.
like paycheck to paycheck. I promise you, it doesn't worth it. You work so much time. Where you can work for like an hour, maybe 5 minutes for you to make your money. But I promise, I know Ends for my entire life. Since I came to America, Ends has been my personal trainer.
Yeah.
He has been a mentor. Like
Oh, I know. He's been there all this time and
yeah, it's good. The one thing I promise you, if you go through the videos over and over again,
that's what I'm gonna do. Hans, I'm
I
fixing to have knee surgery next week.
Oh,
That's another thing. My health is always something wrong with it.
hey, just call him all the time, okay? He will
Uh,
answer you. I promise you. Just call him all the time.
yeah, I
Sometimes,
started.
sometimes, sometimes I've been in London. I've been like everywhere in the world. I will call him. He will always pick up. He will
yeah.
always pick up.
I'm like, where are you at now? I'm in London, bro. Like,
You
shit.
know. Yeah, I always call him. When I fucked up so much, I will call him. Sometimes my head is not straight. He will answer like he will give you the best advice. He can ever. He's not the perfect guy, but his advice always, comes to like, I understand what you're going through. Because sometimes people don't understand what you're going through. They will just give an advice like, okay, do this, do this. But somebody who have been through it, hey, I almost end up in a wheelchair. It gets me up. You know what
Hey.
I'm saying? Like it gets me up. Like, like I was lifting more weight than him though, but it was more technical and more knowledge than me. So it got me up
Yeah,
from like
you was pretty huge, man. And I was surprised. I'm like, why does this man want to work out with me?
you
And
understand?
he took a few of my trainings and yeah, we've been locked in ever since.
Yeah. So trust me, like it's gonna get you right. Just come all the time. You're gonna be alright. You understand? Like understand family because I have a child too. Understand, complication, but you always
Mhm.
get through all the time. You always say like, I got you, and when you say I got you, you got you. Okay, you're gonna make it.
I just want
Yeah, I should have just listened from the beginning and just done it. But like I said, somebody says, "Oh, I got this cool strategy and this." But
yeah,
you were
I
right
get
from
the
the
feeling.
beginning. You were right from the beginning. I had to learn all. I need to know all that stuff, and it's like, oh my god, that's so much stuff. Like, just tell me when to buy and sell.
Right.
So I wasted,
Yeah.
but now that I'm not working either job and then I'm going to have this surgery, it's like, okay, you wasted all those years just listening, getting on Zooms, and I know supply and demand, support and resistance, 4 hour time, and London's, but how to put it all together, there's something that's not clicking. It's just not clicking.
It's as though as it's your fault, just get your lady right, bro. Just get this lady right, okay? You got me right.
She just gotta listen.
You just get the right, man. Like, hey, bro,
I
like
gotta
I
let
said,
I'm stubborn. But
Yeah.
thank you, Hans. I want to thank you for all the time you do put into everyone
No,
and
start
all
over. Say
that.
that again. Because y'all sound like paid actors. Go ahead.
come on.
No, you're wonderful. It's like it's all my fault, not listening and not, you know. So here I am, and I logged into that What is it, Gumbo, or I don't know what it says.
Gumroad.
Yeah. So I started watching the videos. I'm on my second one because I said I got to start over, or all this was for nothing. All these years that
You gotta listen. You
it's
gotta do
like I
what's
was
right.
just getting on the Zooms just to have friends or something. It's like now I gotta put the
You gotta
work in.
lock in.
And I
Hey,
got, I was just,
Gloria, the one that I promise you, just listen to those videos. And when you listen to those videos, like you don't need him at some point because I've never need him like after I listen to the videos. Sometimes I'll come to him and start crying like, bro, do you watch your video? I'm like, yeah, I watch your videos. Like, go and watch your videos again.
yeah, I
You know what
didn't
I'm
watch him.
saying?
So I'm
Just
guilty
watch
of
it, bro.
that. So
Yeah.
I
But
said,
as well, like for real though,
but
for
thank
real,
you
for
guys.
real.
I know y'all been
Yeah.
there and I'm listening and I'm just starting over. So anyway,
Bro,
that's
I
my two
only make like
cents.
I want to make like 18K this month. What you talking about?
What?
18K.
10K? You made 10K?
No,
Wow.
I make like 6K in a day.
Oh,
Look at my
wow.
post.
Hey, listen. You gotta listen. You gotta
I
listen
made
to.
$16 a minute ago because I don't know who he is. Kiss. It says Kiss.
It's him.
It's you?
Uh-huh.
I am. This is
Giskovich.
me.
Okay. Well, you
I
said
make
gold is
60K,
going to go
5K in
up.
a day. I make 60K. I quit my job in January.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
I quit my job. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
So I
you
hey,
made
doing it, bro.
$24 when you said gold's gonna go up to this, and then it's gonna go sell. So I went up, I bought, and I made $24.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
But
guys. Good stuff.
as your boy say, like for me, at this point, I can't thank him much, because you already know my heart anyway. You don't know my vibe anyway.
Oh, I already know it, bro.
You already
I
know.
just want safety when I go to Africa, when I go to London. You feel me? That's it. That's
No,
all I need.
don't go to London. London is bullshit, man. Go to
Yeah,
Africa,
they'll
man.
stab me over there, huh?
Yeah, they'll stab you for a minute. I'll be stabbed there. I'll be stabbed there for a minute.
What? Wow.
Yeah, last year I'll be stabbed there. Go to Africa. When you go to Africa, just call me. Yeah, I'll buy your ticket for a minute.
All right, say
I-
less.
I'll buy your tickets, okay? Because
I
All
heard
right.
that. I heard that.
We all
no,
heard that.
I'm going to Africa in December. I'm going to Africa in December.
Safe in the six. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
I'm going to Africa in December. Your boy
Heard you.
your boy is doing good. I'm not gonna lie. Your boy is doing good. Making like 6K a day, 5K, and 1K. But tickets is 2K. I can make that money in a day. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a bet, Crody.
Yeah, but Brown, I like Brown, bro. Brown is a motherfucker. Doesn't say that
Which
much.
Brown are you talking about? Let me see. Who is this that you're
Is
talking?
Brown like in the chat, bro?
We're gonna get back into some more technical analysis in a second.
Well, let's go. I'm done, man. I'm done.
But I'm pretty proud of you
I'm
guys
done
at this
gloating,
point.
bro. I'm done gloating,
This
man.
is amazing to hear. This is amazing to hear. Now, I think you may be referring to DB knowing. You must be talking about De Jure. It
Like,
must be him you're talking about, DB De Jure.
yeah, those are my inspiration. But look at gold, bro. I told gold is gonna go to that point and sell. They're gonna sell from that point. I promise you. They're
Yeah,
gonna
I
sell.
can see it. But do
They're gonna
remember,
sell.
guys, it is Memorial Day tomorrow. But from here, we can see that price has a lot of potential to sell back down to where the gap is, or even further to the downside. But if they respect this low, we might see continuations. And all the all the probabilities always come with the confirmation once we see price rejecting or just sweeping the previous day low or previous session low. All right. If it's not doing that, then we can tell, okay, there's continuation sells. All right. Now, as for me, I don't think I need to be trading in Asia today. I don't like the fact that tomorrow is a holiday. I'm not about to try and force nothing. I know the volume might be coming around this time tomorrow once Asian session starts up again. All right. So now, if price just cannot, for some reason, break above last Monday's highs, then I'm taking sells. Okay. Don't forget I said that. Same system, same situation that happened here on Monday the 11th. By Asia, they came in to try to sweep above last week's highs, and then in Asia, price actually sold. And funny thing is, these are the type of trades that are 12-hour trades. You could hold that until the next morning. Okay, once price traps. Yep. Currency Chris just said in the chat. Sunday is my trap day. I leave it alone and I watch how the market responds Monday Asia. So there goes that. Now, to my people who are solely focused on indices, just remember we're about to close out, but I'm just letting you guys know now. We are in bullish markets, and many times out of the week, the first hour is a little iffy, but after 10:30, the setup's a lot more clear. And just wait on price rejection and just trade a little later if you can. I'll bet you your strategy will actually benefit from that. I know a lot of people are still kind of iffy about their strategies, but look, sometimes all you got to do is just wait a little bit more. That's it. Ain't like your strategy not working. It's just you got to wait just a little later. That's it. Okay. So that's it for me. Anybody got any more questions? Rich, did I satisfy you with my answer? I think he just left. Yeah, he just left. Dina Adine, wow.
Well, I just make 500 on good sales, man. 500.
Good stuff, bro. What's up?
Yeah.
What's up? You still here? I don't know if she could hear me. Oh, the microphone not working, but it's good to see all you guys here. Chris B, it's good to see you here, but we're about to close. Anybody got any questions? No questions. All right.
I'm good, man. I'm good here.
Bro, congratulations, man. I'm very proud of you, fam. Very
Uh,
proud of you.
it's always been a pleasure, man. I'm still learning. I'm still learning from the best,
Appreciate that, fam.
Learning from the
Appreciate that.
best, man.
Appreciate that. Okay. Let's see if I'm not forgetting anything. Oh yeah. Let's see what's going on this week on the fundamental side, and then we'll just close it out. Okay, so the real fundamentals is this. Trump negotiations are proceeding in an orderly manner. One of the worst deals ever made by our country was the Iran nuclear deal, blah, 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 blah. Still blaming Obama, of course. It was a direct path to Iran nuclear, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but why haven't you? This guy, bro. I know he be reading 48 Laws of Power front and back, and then back to front. So he said, it was a direct path to Iran developing a nuclear weapon. Not so with the transaction being negotiated with Iran. The exact opposite. In fact, the negotiations are proceeding in an orderly and constructive manner. I have informed my representatives not to rush into a deal. I mean, you mean you're talking to yourself not to rush into a deal because you know that you guys have tried multiple times. The blockade will remain in full force and effect until an agreement is reached, certified, and signed. Both sides must take their time and get it right. There can be no mistakes. Well, yeah, You guys got one more time before you look like a complete fool with this whole Strait of Hormuz situation. He lost all his marbles for real, but he's not as dumb as we may think, man. It's just that there's a lot going on. I mean, who else have you known to successfully trick everybody out of agreeing that he is now forever and ever, as long as he's president, will not be meddled with when it comes to his taxes? Y'all heard about that, right?
Yep.
Like what? Trump immunity from IRS audit shocks experts who warn it could be under it could who warn it could undermine trust in tax system. I mean, 34 felonies dismissed. It's a scary man. I don't know if y'all remember this, but I remember that when he was like when they were grilling him in the presidential debate and Hillary was blasting him for like virtually not paying no federal taxes and he's like, "Well, you know what that makes me? That makes me smart." Yo, this nigga funny as hell, yo. But he clearly knows things that we don't. And I can tell you right now, one of the major superpowers of Trump is that he's a citizen of the world. He has his UCC1 filing. I know this from some very private sources. And you basically are like operating as if you are an entity outside of all governments. So when you operating like that, it's very hard for people to grill things or stick things to your name and likeness. Okay, so it's some very, very smart stuff. It's like you got immunity, and it basically establishes a lien over like a lot of things. All right, so he's not as dumb as y'all may think sometimes. You know, like I watched this guy from an arm's length. Anywho, but this is the first time I've seen something like that. It's crazy. But for the American people, it's a different story. These guys are getting rich. His people are getting rich off of the whole oil situation. Every time they raise up the prices, somebody's pocketing that. Somebody's pocketing that, you know? And because the markets are still pumping, a lot of people have become a lot less vocal. You know, the 401ks are not doing too bad, but stuff is just getting super, super expensive. This economy is an interesting one. It's actually one of the greatest realities that we've seen in a long time in the 21st century. We ain't never made it here yet. A lot of stagflation, impending debt to a degree where we can't handle it. Middle class is being squeezed. It's just like, wow, we ain't been here before. And meanwhile, the market just keeps pumping. They say AI is doing well, high unemployment rates. But at the same time, like, hey, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. So as traders, we have to really focus. And I want to tell y'all this as well. Every effort you're making is not to look good online. I recently got on Threads. I saw a lot of people are faking their payouts. And I'm just shaking my head because once you start to get that delusional just for validation outside of your bills, yo, what are we talking about? The biggest goal for y'all is to get good and scale so you could take care of bills, so you could also have cushions to put funds elsewhere and to become a bigger investor than you ever was. have some freedom, have, some 3 to 6 month emergency savings lined up in case something going on. Like, these are some of the priorities we need to be worried about, not keeping up with the Joneses on social media about how they're floating 30, 40, $50,000. Those losses that they also take can be around the 30 to 40 to $50,000 as well. Okay. And some people are telling you a story online because they ain't even felt that loss. That account ain't even real. Okay. So just know that a lot of people are making money fast and losing it fast. I've met a couple influencers that are making $100,000 a month, and their net spending is around 105,000 a month, and they're broke. Imagine that. You wish you could be like them with this lifestyle. They're basically not even knowing how to maintain money. I've touched six figures. I've managed seven. I've been blessed, but at many times in my life, I've had to learn a new understanding of money once I got a hold of it. I'm like, damn, because I was doing so good at certain seasons, I ain't really slow down on spending. I felt like I needed to catch up on life. I needed to do this and do that and then the the transactions started adding up. Next thing you know, you got to slow down and live within your means or below your means again. Yeah, I swear touching certain numbers mean you've made it. It's just like a lot of artists, rappers, actors, their shows are still being played on TV, but the checks been stopped coming at a level that is keeping up with their lifestyle. So we gotta stop and slow down and just appreciate our journey because it's nobody else's but ours. Does that make sense, guys? Promise you. Every level needs a little bit of adjustment. Y'all making 2 grand now, 5 grand now, 15 grand now. Man, go put some of that money into the VOO. Put it into some emergency savings account. Put that into some high yield savings account. ETFs. Because you know what? The payouts, you can't collateralize nothing. You can't have leverage with the banks if all your money is sitting in a regular trading account. No, they want to see what your portfolio look like so that way if you can borrow from your portfolio and get out business loans or business funding or even leverage that to put some money down on a house. That's why I be laughing at them dudes that show that they have 20, 50 million on a Forex trading account. Every nigga with real money knows that it's cap because you can't even leverage wealth by walking into a bank and showing a Forex account. No, that means you'd have to be 10 times in net worth to even be playing with that kind of money on an account. Why y'all think many times all you can afford is put in a $500 personal live account? Because you know if your bills is like 3 grand, whatever you're left with is like 500 to $1,000. You wonder why that's like 10 to 20% of your net income that's staying on your checking account. So the same goes for a lot of people. If you see them pretending that they have $20 million in a Forex account, a risk, a risky asset, a risky arena. So you just playing with your net worth every day. Oh, you're worth more than that. Oh, so you're worth $100 million. And you got fake chains? You ain't got no properties. When you get more money, you gotta move the money around in a lot of shit. So you have to buy the houses and the properties. You have to buy some of the cars sometimes because they hold value. Certain cars that have great value, right? That doesn't depreciate fast. Like your lifestyle literally has to match. You get me? Some people have Toyotas and they're billionaires, they're millionaires. But trust me, that means their money is heavily tied in other things, whether a startup company, maybe they're angel investors and they've been around before certain decades where they're like, hey, I know this money's here now, but if something goes down, I need to be cash heavy. So they're gonna put a lot of their money into um, very conservative mutual funds, certain, different funds where it's like it's averaging, index funds. They're making their money available as M2 supply, M3 supply. So that way, if there's something that happens, or if they get greedy, they're not ass out. One of the biggest things about us traders is we thought we figured out how to trade, and now we're walking around with our chest high, and we ain't even scratched the surface of financial literacy. Which is why, like, when I took some of my biggest L's, I felt some type of way because I'm like, man, this is working capital that I need to sustain my lifestyle, my active income, and to continue to scale. So think about that kind of conversation next time you see people flaunting certain amounts of money. You'd be like, damn, I hope a lot of those funds you're putting it and diversifying it, because if not, who's impressed? Only broke people. Who's impressed? And that's why sometimes it sucks as traders. Like, we gotta say how much we made and this, that, and the third. People that got a lot of money are not impressed. And this is usually money that within a 90-day period, traders end up losing it. They keep playing around with it. It's in their face. They're like exposing it, risking it, wanting more, not withdrawing as often as they should, as aggressively, because it's not yours. It's not even tied to your net worth when you have a Forex trading account. So it's important to know the skill, understand what to do with it, and then invest, save, tie it into hard assets. That's the goal. So when you think about it like that, forget what you see online with other people succeeding. You don't even know what they're doing with that money. They're probably just about to go give it right back to high-end stores. And then they're broke again, and now they have to make just as much again because the number is tied to their personality so much that they're not making the right decisions. Okay? So if that made sense to you, if it made you think, please put some 7 on the chat, put some 5 on the chat, because I'm ending the webinar with that. Okay. All right, guys. Peace, love, and blessings. Let's have a great trading week. We'll wait for retracements for the indices because I can tell we are still bullish, and we move off higher lows when the market is ready. As far as gold, we're more than likely going to sell. We're just going to wait on confirmation by tomorrow in Asia to see if prices respecting or sweeping last week's highs, and then we move. Okay? Much love. Have a good night. I'm out of here.
Thanks, Hans.
Of course.